Now we come to Neptune, the planet Neptune, how Neptune affects your birth chart. Neptune is a planet of mystery and illusion. Its power is that of the imagination. Neptune represents your dream life and your mystic qualities. It is the planet of bewitchment. Do you have an active fantasy life? Have you been told there is a hypnotic quality to your personality? Do you have compassion for the suffering of others? Are you interested in occult and psychic phenomena? If your answer is yes to these questions, Neptune exerts a strong influence on your life. Anyone who has had an artistic vision or is drawn to spiritual matters or has experienced an unusual and unexplainable event has felt the power of Neptune. Knowing the position of this planet in your horoscope will help you to understand better its action in your affairs. Neptune is named after the Roman god of the sea who ruled over oceans, rivers, streams, and fountains, and all things hidden by watery depths. In astrology, Neptune is the planet of idealism and spirituality. Its realm is the subconscious world, hidden memory, intuition, and clairvoyance. The positive side of Neptune's influence represents glamour and mystery, artistic imagination, dreams, and visions. Its negative side is characterized by deception, confusion, fraud, and treachery. Neptune rules over a wide domain of human activity, from motion pictures, drama, dance, and poetry to hypnosis and anesthesia, hospitals, institutions, poison, and drug addiction. This planet's position in your chart indicates what kind of ideals and goals you have, how psychic and visionary you are, and whether you possess a magnetic allure that people respond to. Neptune's influence brings great depth of understanding, ESP ability, and creative genius. Unlike the power of Uranus, which is sudden and forceful, Neptune's power is subtle, inspirational, and otherworldly. Many astrologers claim that Neptune brings a person into contact with a higher plane of consciousness. When this planet is prominent in an individual horoscope, the person is likely to become involved in mysticism, psychic phenomena, or dream interpretation. When Neptune is afflicted, a person cannot separate fantasy from reality. He or she may seek release from life's problems in drugs and alcohol, or even exhibit criminal tendencies. Like the other two modern planets, Neptune has a strong generational influence because it moves so slowly through the zodiac. Neptune spends approximately 14 years in each sign. The year 1846, when Neptune was discovered, it was a time of renewed interest in spiritualism. Hypnosis became a new medical treatment, and anesthetics were first introduced into general use. 10 years later, Sigmund Freud was born. During his lifetime, Freud's theory of the unconscious and his new science of Psychoanalysis revolutionized the treatment of mental disorders and changed the very way how human beings looked at themselves. All through the decade of the 1960s, Neptune was in Scorpio. During this time, we saw the rise of the truck culture. From the 1970s until 1984, Neptune transits the sign of Sagittarius. We have already seen a rise in concern around the world for more libertarian ideas and greater freedom for the individual. So now guess we have that, the individual. Now we come to this. Because Neptune has a generational influence, you share Neptune's characteristics with the people of your era. The sign that Neptune is in determines how you and your generation will make history. The influence of Neptune will be perceived much more clearly by historians once it has passed into a new era. And I have to say that the book was published in the mid-80s to the 90s, so of course science moves constantly and finds out new things. And so with regards to the planets, new things may have come out too over time. Okay, so now I continue. Keep in mind that we have never observed even one complete journey by Neptune through the zodiac. This is because the planet takes almost 165 years to make an orbit around the Sun, and we only discovered Neptune in 1846. Of course, mankind has always felt Neptune's influence, even though we did not know of the planet's existence. By the year 2011, we will finally note Neptune's transit through all 12 signs of the zodiac. So that happened in 2011. Okay? It is in its highest form. The planet Neptune symbolizes perfection. It represents your unselfish ideals, your spiritual quests, and your search for the impossible dream. Now we come to an astronomical look at Neptune. Neptune is the second of the three modern planets to be discovered, and the achievement is considered a mathematical triumph. In the years following the first sighting of Uranus in 1791, astronomers noted Uranus' tendency to move away from its prescribed orbit. The erratic motion of this planet led some to believe there was yet another lost planet exerting a gravitational pull on Uranus. The position of this unknown planet was finally computed by two astronomy students, each working separately and independently. In October 1845, John Couch Adams of Cambridge in England sent his data about the discovery of an unknown planet to the royal astronomer, who ignored it. And in June of 1846, another student announced his discovery of the unknown planet's position, sent it there too, and was ignored also. So, after they had been ignored for a while, they finally, in September of 1846, sent the data, not both of them, but one of them, Leverrier, he was a Frenchman, sent his data to Johann Gottfried Galle, director of the observatory in Berlin, Germany. Galle turned his telescope to the designated spot and found a planet only 1 degree away from where Le Verrier, he was from Paris, France, claimed it would be. Both Adams and Le Verrier were subsequently given credit for discovering Neptune. Neptune is the 8th planet in our solar system and is 2,795,700,000 miles distant from the Sun, 30 times farther from the Sun than Earth. The planet cannot be seen by the naked eye, and it is difficult to pick out even with a telescope, for there are over 200,000 stars in the heavens brighter than Neptune. One of Neptune's 8 moons is Triton, which some astronomers currently think may once have been a planet that revolved around our Sun, but has long since been caught up in Neptune's gravitational field. So, that was about Neptune, and now one more is coming, and the one that is still coming is called Pluto. Okay, I'm right back.